Welcome everyone to another custom bullet journal flip through. Today we are flipping through a family memories journal for Janelle. She chose the clay color journal from my shop. For her charms, she chose her initials, and these journals, as usual, they've got an elastic pen loop, elastic to close, 2 ribbon bookmarks, 192 pages that are all 160 GSM with stark white 5mm dot grid paper. And these are available both as empty journals or as hand-drawn custom journals like this, down linked below. So feel free to check that out. So first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to Janelle. Janelle has been such an incredible supporter of my small business. Lots of you guys know that I used to do custom journals like this back in 2020, 2021. I was forced to stop in 2022 when I had some pretty serious complications in my pregnancy, and Janelle was supporting me way back then. She's ordered many journals from me, and she found me again when I just started back up. So thank you so much, Janelle, for all of your support. She ordered this one, and then she actually has another one that is in the works. So this is her family memories journal for the second half of 2025. So we've got July until December in here. And you won't see a lot of the typical planner spreads in here because she's not using this as a daily, weekly, monthly planner. She's using it to collect memories and just kind of reflect on on her family and on their lifestyle. So there are no yearly pages. There's not even like a monthly title page each month or anything like that. We're just jumping straight in to this little monthly calendar. Every month has one of these. It kind of introduces the theme for the month, which in July is this little cottage and flower theme. And then there's a calendar, and then we get into some memory keeping spreads. So the only other monthly page is a family memories page like this one. So there's, again, some doodles here, and then just a bunch of different spaces that she can write down things that happen throughout the month. Now the weekly spreads are especially unusual. You won't see any days of the week or anything like that on here because these are more so just like prompts that she wants to reflect on every week. So every week she's got 4 prompts: family worship, this week's moments, Sunday check-in, and core 5 reflection. And for some of them she wanted very little structure, just kind of a place to write. For some she wanted some structure, but not like headings from me like you would have, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So to be honest, these weekly spreads were a bit more difficult for me just because they didn't have the natural structure that I normally can rely on for weekly spreads. So we had to get a little bit creative with, making them have structure, but not too much so that they could still be used freely by her for her prompts. Moving on to August, we've got a little pond theme here. So we did some little ducks, lily pads, bulrushes. And I love the family memories page this month. She can write all of her memories onto lily pads and puddles. And all of these themes, Janelle gave us a ton of freedom. She basically told us the types of colors she liked, kind of like the vibe that she liked, and then just kind of handed it over to me to choose the themes. And this journal was made entirely on TikTok Live. Not a line was drawn without you guys. So we chose all of the themes together. We chose all the layouts, everything like that, fonts, colors, everything. So this is one that was chosen and voted for by you guys on TikTok Live, this little pond theme. And if you've never joined me on TikTok before, please check the description. I go live almost every weekday evening to work on custom bullet journals, and it's been a really fun way to get a lot more ideas and input than what I would just normally put into a custom journal on my own. Again, here are her weekly pages, so they've just got the little headings, and then a lot of open space for her to work with. And yes, there are 4 pages for each week. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a lot more weekly spreads than a regular 6-month bullet journal. Then we get to September. For September, we did this hot air balloon theme. Also, all of these calendar spreads, I do want to say, are inspired by Ivana Journals. I will have her linked down below. You can find all of her beautiful spreads on Instagram and on Pinterest. I'm not sure if she's on YouTube or TikTok. I haven't actually checked, but she always does these calendar layouts with the 4x4 calendar boxes, and I love them. For my own journal, I've always done bigger calendar boxes and then kind of just left a space here for notes, which I like functionally, but these ones are just so pretty. The way that they use the white space around the page and the boxes are perfectly square. I found them so aesthetically pleasing, and Janelle was perfectly fine with this size instead of a bigger daily box. So that's what we did. We went to Ivana Journals page and then just kind of copied the way that she lays out her calendars, but of course put different doodles of our own. So check out Ivana Journals for more beautiful calendar layouts like that. Then we've got her family memories page for September, and this is how the weekly pages turned out in September. Little hot air balloons, and again, lots of open space with some more structured space for certain prompts as well. Let's find October. So for October, we did this little camping theme, and we chose a different doodle style than usual. We did just like outlines of everything, but colored outlines, which I don't know if I've ever done a theme quite like this before. Here's the family memories page with, again, spaces to write down memories throughout the month. And this is how the weekly spreads turned out for October. Let's flip over to November. November, I think, was a group favorite over on TikTok Live. We chose to do this little quilt theme, which was inspired by one of Amanda Rach Lee's themes that she did for January. And it was a bit different to do because we didn't have like a full title page to work with. So we've got a small quilt over here, and then the family memories page, which is probably one of my favorite pages in this entire journal. And she can just write her memories onto these patches of the quilt. And this is how the weekly spreads turned out for these weeks. The headings are just super tiny up on this little like piece of thread at the top, and then we've got more quilting down the middle. And the final month in this journal is December, and December was the only month where Janelle did give a little bit of direction, but even there, tons of wiggle room. All that she said was, in December, they're going to Disney, so she wanted it to somehow connect to Disney. And so we ended up doing this little Disney desserts theme. We've got a little Mickey Mouse shaped donut and cotton candy, not an ice cream cone. I kept trying to make this look not like an ice cream cone, but it kind of does look like ice cream. But cotton candy, donut, cookie, and then a little popsicle over here. And again, thank you, Ivana Journals, for the calendar inspiration. This is the family memories page for December. And then these weekly spreads are probably some of my favorite weeklies in the journal. Again, more structure on one side and more of an open page on the other. And this is it for this journal. Like I said, I do have another one in the works for Janelle right now. We're putting that one together on TikTok Live as well. And I share all of the TikTok Live replays here on YouTube. So if you're interested in joining us live or just catching the replay, you can find any of that information down in the description below, along with links to all of my products that I use, my markers, my stamps, the journals, of course, which are from my shop. You can find all of that linked down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next flip through of Janelle's second journal.